It is super gray outside. I don't think we're going to get any B-roll today. Well, hello brothers and sisters, welcome to Mission Zero. If this is your first time here, my name is Shawn and this is Vlogmas, episode 12. This morning, a couple of things happened that really kind of triggered what I think we should talk about today. One is that Bert Cullinane posted a video this morning that he was talking about the ubiquitous phrase, done is better than perfect. And what he's pointing out is, you gotta really define done, because there's 2 points here. There's posting, which is the thing you have to do to meet your obligations, but then there's creating, which is the thing that you want to do to serve your own growth. And the second thing that happened is Bill Snodgrass posted a video talking about the grind. This is the opposite side of that same conversation, is sometimes you have to churn the wheel. You have to do the steps, you have to put in the work instead of just focusing on the creative side. And that tied together a couple of Bible verses for me in a brand new way. And those verses are Matthew chapter 11, verses 28 through 30. Now, you and everyone else knows 28 and 30, because 28 is, "Come to me, ye who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest." And verse 30 is, "For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." Everybody loves those, but they forget there's one that sits in the middle, verse 29. And verse 29 says, "Take up my yoke and learn from me, for I am meek and lowly of heart, and you will find peace for your souls." Now that's beautiful King Jamesy language. What does it really mean? What he's saying is, if you want to have peace in your soul, look at my example of the things that I took on voluntarily and the things that I fulfilled responsibilities for. Because I am meek and lowly of heart. Meekness we talked about last week, and I'll put a link here if you want to dive into that deeper, but it's the ability to have power and not need to exercise it. And certainly that's true of Jesus, right? He's God in human form, and he ain't exercising all of that power. So he's the definition of meekness. The lowly of heart part takes a little bit of stretching your mind around. The heart, the cardia is the Greek word. The heart is the seat of emotions. And so when you feel love, you feel a swell from in here. If you feel sorrow, you feel heaviness and pain in here. If you are arrogant, you feel a puffing up in here. And that's exactly what Jesus is talking about. Another term at the time for being arrogant was to be high-hearted. And so when he says, "I am low of heart," he's saying, I'm humble. So he's saying, don't feel the need to exercise power, and don't think too much of yourself, and you will learn to have peace in your soul. The meaning there, the core idea, the thing under the thing for Jesus there, was exactly that struggle between what you have to do and what you want to do, between your responsibilities, your grind, and your growth and your creativity. And what Jesus is saying is, if you want to rest those things, if you want to cure that struggle in your life, then understand, be meek, understand that you have power. You can grind through anything that you need to, but don't get lost in that. Don't throw yourself into the grind, because your spirit will shrivel and atrophy from the lack of growth, the lack of creativity, the lack of following your eunice. By the same token, you can't just focus on the creative. You can't just focus on the ideas and the growth and the intellectualism without the grind, because that will leave you flighty and weak. The lesson is to keep those two things in balance, but don't let them become friction. Don't let it become a battle for you. Have peace in your soul, knowing that you can follow your path and you can focus on your growth and what you want to achieve without letting go of all responsibility. And you can fulfill your responsibilities and still take time for your growth. And that that is so important a message for me this morning, because it is a thing that I've really been struggling with. I have a new job and I'm trying to build this channel and grow myself as a filmmaker, and how do I keep those things in balance? And so that really spoke to me today, and I hope it speaks to you as well. So if it does, take that into your heart. Really find that peace that comes with resolving that balance. And may God pour out all of the blessings of heaven and joy and peace and comfort on us all this week. And I love you, and peace out.